Good evening. It's January 30th, 2025, and I haven't been making these videos lately, so I really want to get back on it and just rework this into my daily schedule. So I'm gonna try and do that. You can see this range that I drew from this low that was shortly after the market reopened yesterday afternoon, and then we formed this high. Um, in the overnight. Looks like shortly after market open, we tried to break out, we failed. Came down to this low, tried to break out to the low side, failed. Nice little double bottom here that went all the way up, and then we sharply came back in, and yeah, so a range day, but you can see that where prices closed, we gapped above this price level, came back and tested it, and we bounced. So we'll have to see. I mean, what happens, but we could hit a measure move up. But let's take a look at this price action. And uh, in the early morning, we were in this broad bull channel. So if you come in at 5 a.m., you get, oh, I don't know, where's 5 a.m.? So 5 a.m. is shortly after you get this move right here. So you could take this. That's a second entry short right there. Uh, let's see how much I like it given the context. This be a channel right here? This could be a channel. Yeah, you get a overshoot here, and then you get this double bottom, first entry, second entry. Um, that's a good signal bar. And I think it's reasonable to expect prices to try and test this low. At least maybe like the close of this bar where the breakout to the high side begins, and it looks like we came up short of that, but prices came up. Actually, they came one tick short of this bar too. So I think that's reasonable. And it fails, it goes higher, and then we come back down, and you get this. I don't know if I have a horizontal. Let me check to see if I have a horizontal line. Problem with this horizontal line is it goes, I think, yeah, the length of the screen. But you can see we get a triple bottom right here, and I'll just we get a triple bottom right here, and you get a higher low. And so, maybe you take this. Um, let's see, 78, 75. Let's say you're risking 4.5 points, 82.75. And that's about, people took their profits at about 2 times the risk. So that's something to think about. We come back down, you get a perfect second entry long off of that trend line right there. We bounce higher, we come up short of the level of resistance. We bounce, and you get another second entry long. And I mean, I think this one's a little more aggressive, but we did just make a new high. So it's reasonable. And we break out to the high side. That breakout fails. Uh, Not crazy about like going short in here. That's a nice strong leg down. So I would say that the bias is back to being down. We didn't break below this low yet though. Uh, Entry. So that's like a third entry right there. Oh, I don't know what's going on. But it kind of looks like a two-legged pullback, but if you took that, it looks like you might have gotten trapped. And I mean, you could call this overlap right here. I mean, look at that. You got one, two, three, four, 5 bars stacked up, so not an ideal entry. I don't really see anything I like in here. This just looks like a big old range, really, that started right there. You can see we get a breakout pullback, and then it shoots on down. So I mean, that's just the first entry, but that looks like a reasonable breakout pullback, and especially after you get this strong leg down, you might expect uh, more movement down, especially because this looks like we're in the overnight highs and lows. Then you get this bull leg right here, lower high, fails. I don't see how you could get in on that, unfortunately, because that's a nice move down. You can see it's a tight, very tight bear channel. And then we get a break. And then you get a bull breakout that fails. And you get this nice double bottom, nice higher low. I think that's reasonable to take. And I mean, look at that thing go. That is such a good move. And there's a few ways you could play this. You got this micro channel. So you could just, trail your stop. But I mean, if you're going for the highs, you might want to just move it to below each pullback. Boom. If you kept your stop there, you would have been able to get in all the way up to here. Boom. Whew. Man, that's a good move. And then we break out here. I'll draw that like that. And you can see this. I see this a lot when you draw a channel and then you get like a double overshoot is what I refer to it as, for lack of a better term. And that usually leads to a break. And that's what happened here. Let's see if there's anything you could take in here. I mean, this is reasonable. You got a second entry short. Problem is, you're in the middle of this range now. So you just got to be super careful here. But that's a second entry short off of the trend line near the EMA. You're also going into these lows, so I mean, it's just risky, but definitely follows max rules. You got a failed second entry long up here that I didn't talk about, but that's a lot of overlap right there, and the bias to me would be up. So I don't think I would take that. I mean, this here the bias, you're in a bear channel at this point, so I guess technically the bias is down, but we didn't test this highs, and you just got two super strong bull legs. But anyway, uh, you know, this higher low doesn't look too great. Large wick on top of that bar, and then this bar looks really good. Can you take that? Uh, I'm not too sure, and I think you would have to go for larger reward here than a scalp. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I kind of like this one here. It looks like you're getting a bare leg, but at the same time, we could get a test of this bull channel. So I'll mark this as aggressive because I mean, eh, I would be thinking that we're going higher. And look at this tight bull channel we're getting. So Get some congestion here. It leads to a break. And this kind of looks like a second entry long, but you're at the highs. I think you got to sit this one out. And when it gets up here, I mean, could you take any of these to go short? You definitely don't want to take this. We just responded to the EMA right here. There's been no break below this EMA yet. So you can't take this lower high. This right here, uh, I don't know. I don't think you can go short, unfortunately. And that ends up being a very good move. If you go short here, you know what? I think actually, no, you can definitely go short here. But again, this is a situation where you have to go for more than a scalp. Uh, I mean, I don't know, actually. I would go for more than a scalp. I mean, we're looking at a range. You're at the top of the range, but that I mean that's a good setup. So maybe you can go for a scalp because that is probably high probability. Look at that channel, man. Look at this thing. Whew. Bounces, we get a break. So you get the first break of this channel, strong bear move, and boom, you get a second entry short. And again, we didn't touch the lows yet. So if we didn't touch the lows here, I'm guessing we're gonna at least test the lows here. That's a nice move. And you get this like double bottom right here, and it reverses, and you get a nice bull channel in the other way, in the other direction. So some really clear and vivid channels here on this 1300 tick chart. I don't really see anything I like in here though. Yeah. And here you're just going sideways, unfortunately. So you get a breakout that fails. Um, oh, this is after market closed anyway. All right, cool. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'm gonna try and do this again tomorrow. Uh, so I'll see you then.